Good morning, children. Today we'll do your last topic in grammar, that is transformation of sentences. This chapter is a little long because there are many, as you know, there are many types of sentences. There are basically four types of sentences. So your transformation is when you are making assertive into exclamatory, assertive into interrogative, assertive into imperative, or changing exclamatory into assertive or exclamatory into interrogative, and so on. So there are quite a few ways of doing it, and many types of other changes also. So this lesson I've divided into three parts. So now this is the first part. So let's read. As you are well aware, there are four types of sentences: assertive, imperative, exclamatory, and interrogative. When we basically change one type to another, it is called as transformation of sentences. Changing from assertive to negative and vice versa. So the first thing you're going to learn now is changing from assertive to negative, because you see in the sentences there are sometimes negative sentence, there are sometimes assertive sentence. Sorry, affirmative sentence. So how to change from this is not assertive, okay? This should be affirmative. Affirmative to negative. Changing affirmative to negative. This should be affirmative. So changing affirmative to negative and vice versa. Means sometimes a sentence may be affirmative, that is a positive sentence, and sometimes it is a negative sentence. So if it's negative, if negative is given, how you change to assertive, and if it's assertive, how you change to negative. Negative, as you know, you have all the negative words like no, not, never, don't, don't, doesn't. These words will make it into a negative sentence. Okay. A sentence is a group of words that make complete sense. It can either be affirmative or negative. Changing affirmative to negative. Now, the rules. First thing you have to see that the original meaning is not changed or affected. See your example. See, he is a smart boy. So you do not say he, you just don't think I just have to add not over there. And you will not say he is not a smart boy. If you say he is not a smart boy, you are changing the meaning totally. Correct? Because it is just the opposite. He is a smart boy. So what do you have to do? You have to write the word not. He is not. But don't write smart. You will write the opposite of smart over there. Okay? Just yeah. So here, see, you will not say he is not a smart boy. You will say he is not. But instead of smart, you will say opposite of smart. What is opposite of smart? Maybe foolish, dull, dumb, whatever. Okay. So he is not a dull boy. He is not a foolish boy. Second, write your answer in the same tense. So here it is cold today. Answer also will be it is not hot today, not was. This is remains is it will not change. Okay, it will not change. If something it was cold yesterday, it will come it was not hot yesterday. Clear? See, it is remains it is in your answer, and opposite is not what opposite of hot cold is hot. Opposite of cold is hot. Write the negative word and then write the opposite of the word in the question. Replace to by so that, could, will, would, or not. Not. Okay, now this depends on the number and the tense. Number and the will be present tense. Okay, could and would will be past tense. He was too weak to walk. So he was, so you have to remove two. So, so weak, here, so that he could not walk. Okay, so here he could not walk, not that he did not want to walk. Even though he wanted to walk, he could not walk. Next one, the tea was too hot to drink. So the tea was, you'll remove the two and put so hot that. See here, so weak that. So hot that. Remove the two and put so. so weak that, instead of this. So, so hot that, it, that. Now you're talking, not talking of a human being. Here, because you're talking of a human being, you said he. That it could not be drunk. That it could not be drunk. Now, why is this past tense? Because here it is past tense. The tea was, okay, could not be drunk. Next one. Here, okay, next way to change. Use these negative words like no, not, never with the opposite of the given adjectives or verb or noun in the sentence. Example, I shall always remember my country. So instead of I shall always, what they said, use never, no, or not. So what will you say when opposite of always is what? Never. And opposite of remember is what? Forget. So this also doesn't change your meaning. Remember I told you don't change the meaning. I shall never forget my country. I shall never forget my country. Okay. Next one. Replace only or alone by none but no other. This is the only way to solve this problem. So only way means you have no other way. Can you solve it in any other way? No. So what will the answer be? There is, wait, there is no other way to solve this problem. There is no other way to solve this problem. Next one, convert the adjective in the comparative degree to the positive degree. Okay, Rahul is taller than Ram. So now you want to make it negative. So you have, remember, you have to put no, not. Yes. So what will you start with this? Ram is not. You have to make it positive. Tall, taller, tallest. So positive is tall. Positive is tall. So Ram is not as tall as. Is not as tall as who? Rahul. Okay, because this one is shorter, remember. So Ram is not as tall as Ram. Change as soon as to no sooner than. So what will you do as soon as becomes, remember, no sooner than. So whenever you see no as soon as, immediately remember that you have to change it to no sooner than. So as soon as the school left, we ran out. So no sooner, no sooner did the school leave, we ran out. No sooner did, not as goes. No sooner did the school leave than we ran out. Then see a dot dot. No sooner and then dot dot dot. Correct. So no sooner did the school leave than we ran out. Okay. We do the exercise. Exercise a homework. Change the sentence into a negative sentence. First one. He is short. The peacock is a beautiful bird. Everything will be alright. The lion is a wild animal. Final success belongs only to a few. Kali is very strong. Fables are in the oral form. See here, oral, if not oral, what is the opposite? Written. Remember. God will always remember the cry of the humble. I was doubtful whether it was you. If you're doubtful means you are unsure. Remember, or not sure or unsure. Okay. I was doubtful whether it was you. He kept, he kept quiet. They lived in India only for a few years. So, only for a few years means not for many years. They taking an X-ray of a lion's tooth is a difficult task. I was finding it difficult to solve the problem. Now we move on to the second one. Changing negative sentence to positive. Now first you did positive to negative, now we will do negative to positive. Proofs. See that the original meaning is not affected. See, for example, nobody is absent. So you have to make it into positive. So you remove this negative word. Remember, you remove the negative words. Everybody is present. Nobody is absent means everyone is present. Write the answer in the same tense. The ocean is not shallow. Shallow opposite of shallow, deep. And this negative word also you will remove. So the ocean is deep. Use the opposite verb, adjective, noun or adverb after removing no, not or never. So I can never find it easy to sing. See, never is a negative word, so you will always remove it and add the opposite. Never opposite, always. So I always find it opposite of easy, difficult to sing. If it's not easy, it is difficult. If it's not easy, it is difficult. In some places, use hardly instead of not. She does not know anything. So you can say she hardly knows anything or she knows nothing. Yes, not any of the answers. Okay. It's not necessarily only this. So I'm giving you both so that you know if you write this or this, both is correct. Prefixes such as un, im, in, did or ir must be used in order to remove the negative. Supposing you do not get an answer, then you think of this option. I was not sure whether you would come. So if you're not sure means you have to, because why you have to remove this not, remember. So how you remove, if you can make sure into another word, negative word. What is the negative word of sure? Unsure. Yes, I was unsure whether you would come. The opposite of sure is what? Unsure. Opposite of sure, unsure. Or you can also write, I was doubtful whether you would come. If you are not sure means you have a doubt. Correct? So, see, that's why I've given you both the answers. So, you don't get confused that, Baba, this is the answer or this is the answer. You can write it in both the ways. Yes? Next, words like hard, avoid, little, less, least. Refrain from always, only if, prevent, alone, abstain from, certainly, doubtful, without, fail to, keep aloof can be used to transform the negative into an affirmative one. Okay, now if you look here, refrain from means keep yourself away from something. Like you going to use self control in some maybe action. Okay, like refrain from talking, refrain from dancing, refrain from making a noise, refrain from cheating. So you are stopping yourself from dancing, you're stopping yourself from making a noise, you're stopping yourself from cheating. Whereas abstain from will be from staying away, like or not eating. Mostly it's meant for eating. Abstain from eating meat, like when you'll have your fast. Yes, you'll abstain from eating some particular food, especially non-veg. Correct? So refrain from means is control yourself from doing something, and abstain from is control or stay away from eating something mostly. Okay. Okay, this example, for this example is the same. You can see I've used the word doubtful over here. Yes, same example as above for E. See, instead of unsure, you can also use the word doubtful. So let's see the homework. Make into a positive sentence. So remember, first you have to remove the negative word. He is not a well-mannered person. He is not foolish. It is not a fast train. It is not a colorless picture. This place is not lighted. SL world is not very far. He is not a smart boy. The cricket board is not soft. The food is not fresh. What is the opposite word? You have to look out for those, okay? We should not inculcate bad habits. I could not help meeting him. We cannot study in the dark. There is no smoke without fire. Means where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay. So I hope you will be able to do this. It's not very difficult. And in case you'll have a doubt, you can surely ask. I will help you to clear your doubt.